ridiculous. But
Yeah.
welcome to PTI, boys and girls. In today's episode, Ty Montgomery goes rogue, Ty Lue goes away.
Oh, my man.
And Rick Pitino wants back in the NBA.
Really?
And we will get to the Boston Red Sox in all their glory. But we begin today with upheaval in Cleveland. The Browns identified a power struggle between head coach Hugh Jackson and offensive coordinator Todd Haley, and they fired them both today. Both. And promoted defensive coordinator Greg Williams laid a bounty gate to interim head coach. Wilbon, the Browns stink. Will this make them better?
Not necessarily, Tony. And I'm going to go straight to, you start examining this, and if you've covered sports for long enough, you try to listen to people who have some direct knowledge of the situation. And in this case, I, listened to somebody who does have direct knowledge, and complete dysfunction are words that came to this person's mind, ruinous for a young team. And everybody says, and I'm talking about multiple people I've talked to, said that Hugh and Haley completely undermined each other.
That was visible on Hard Knocks.
So you can't,
It was visible.
Not all of us. Hard Knocks is not the reference point for all of us.
Well, but everybody saw it.
So everybody
who watched it. Who watched it?
They don't have ratings that mean, getting to the 20s of millions, so not everybody saw it. The point is, yes, it was a ruinous situation. I believe that. But I don't know if this makes it better. You're also starting over, which is ruinous for a young team. Starting over. If Baker Mayfield just has one coordinator after another, how does that help? No, it seems to me that the owner here is a big part of the dysfunction.
And yet he thinks that they're better today than they were yesterday.
Because he has to say that.
Okay. You cannot defend Hugh Jackson's record on any level. He's 3-36-1. That is the worst record in the history of the league with one team.
Yeah.
So I have no particular sympathy with him. Although I thought they were getting better.
You can defend this year's effort and record.
Well,
this year.
No, you can't defend the record because they should have been 4-0, and they're 2-6-1 or something like that.
You can defend their performance this year.
The worst thing that happens here is to Baker Mayfield, who the new GM thinks is a franchise quarterback. You cut away his offensive-minded head coach. You cut away his offensive coordinator. Everything he learns this year, he probably has to unlearn next. It's a waste. It's a complete waste of this kid's year. Because nobody who's staying here is going to be here next year. Nobody.
We're going on, and we just led the show with the Cleveland Browns.
Yep.
How is this different? You remember how we, in the newspaper business, they used to tell us, editors would tell young reporters that dog bites man is not a story. Man bites dog, that's a story. How the hell is this that big a deal when it's what the Cleveland Browns have been doing for 20 years? Right?
This is, I assume, a rhetorical thing you're talking about.
I'd like you to answer me.
No.
You're not going to
Let's
answer
move
me?
on.
Yeah, please, enough of the Cleveland Browns. Let's get